Any seasoned Bedwars player knows what TNT jumping is. You place a TNT underneath your feet and let it launch you across the void. Whether or not you make it to the other piece of land is your problem. But still, TNT jumping used to be a very common strategy. When done correctly, you can travel 30 blocks with just 3 TNT in less than a few seconds. However, with the constant uprising of Bedwars sweats, TNT jumping has pretty much died off. Fireball jumping, on the other hand, is still quite common, but I'll get into that later. I've always been a closet TNT jumping fan. I think it's a great strategy, and when executed correctly, it looks pretty baller. So, to revive this dead strategy, I decided to attempt the quadruple TNT jump in Bedwars. Now, if you've read the title, you're probably confused about why I'm talking so much about TNT jumping. Well, stay that way. It's not my problem. The first thing I did to learn about the quad TNT jump was go to the most reliable website, youtube.com. I found a couple of videos as well as a full tutorial, but the video by JackoBoyMC was my favorite. In his video, JackoBoyMC did the quadruple TNT jump on the map Crypt. He jumped from the Diamond Island to the nearest base. I will say, good job on the jump, although immediately after my first time watching this, it felt like that gap was too small. You see, a gap in TNT jumping is the distance between your starting point and your final destination. In this case, the starting point was the Diamond Island, and the final destination was the base. I went onto Crypt to test out this TNT jump myself, and by some miracle, I hit the quad jump first try. However, one game later, I took only 2 TNT to the starting point. Without having to block clutch, I successfully landed on the other island using only 2 TNT. If I was going to do a quadruple TNT jump successfully, I needed some ground rules. So I decided the gap has to be large enough for only 4 TNT or more to be effective, I have to get a bed and a final kill after the jump, and I have to win the game. Hitting the Crypt gap with only 2 TNT meant that I would have to find a different gap. But just out of curiosity, I watched that one person's tutorial on TNT jumping. Sure enough, they only jumped 2 blocks further with 4 TNT than they did with 3 TNT. I went onto the Bedwars practice mode to test things out myself, and the furthest I got with 4 TNT was 30 blocks. Guess how far I got with only 3 TNT. So now, I was pretty sure that I have to scrap the entire video and find something else to do. However, in one last desperation attempt, I joined the Bedwars practice mode to give the quadruple TNT jump another try. But before I changed the mode, I decided to dork around with some fireball jumping. And on my first try, I hit a double fireball jump, which gave me an idea. What if, instead of doing a quadruple TNT jump in-game, I do a double fireball jump in-game instead? I mean, I haven't seen a single video yet about a double fireball jump in a game situation. And yes, YouTube shorts don't count. The one video of a double fireball jump that I could find was from Zythe, and he never actually did a legit jump with 2 fireballs in the video. So, I decided to make an abrupt last-second change to the plan and go for the double fireball jump instead of the quadruple TNT jump. And since this isn't exactly TNT jumping, I had to change the rules as well. Unlike TNT jumping, you can't cause another explosion whilst in midair. However, if there is another block for you to hit with the second fireball, you can propel yourself furthermore through the sky. The first and only place that came to mind where you could double fireball jump and look cool was a bridge. In one of the earlier videos on my channel, my friend That Darn Duck hit an awesome clip where he did a fireball jump and then threw another fireball beneath him to hit the enemy off of the bridge. Now, what if I could do a play exactly like this, but the second fireball actually launches me further? With these new ideas in mind, I finally decided on the requirements to make this fireball jump valid. I need both fireballs to affect me, I need to land a water bucket clutch, and I have to get a bed and a final kill after the jump. I took to the practice mode in Bedwars to freshen up on my fireball jumping, and after about a full hour, I was good to go. But when I tried to get some practice in a real game, I couldn't even make it past my first rush. I guess that's what happens when you take a 4-month break from Bedwars to play duels. Thankfully, I just needed a couple warm-up games and I was fine. The first map I queued was Lighthouse. After taking out my first rush, I had enough resources to get 2 fireballs. I noticed yellow quickly moving in from Diamond Island. So, I built up a little bit and then attempted my first double fireball jump in a game. And came up completely short. The next map was Rooted. I took out my first rush and decided to try the jump on Pink Team. Unfortunately, I threw the fireball slightly too late, so I took a little bit of damage. Plus, I didn't get Pink's bed or the final kill. I decided to take some people out normally, and pretty soon we were left with just me and Yellow. It was very clear that Yellow had less experience than me, so I was confident I could hit the double fireball jump on this guy. But for some reason, I just couldn't lure them out onto a bridge. When they finally came a couple blocks out onto the bridge, I threw my first fireball, but veered too far right. So I missed my second fireball and fell into the void. Then I decided to take out Yellow's bed and end that game. The next game, I queued Lighthouse again. During my first rush, I hit a really epic singular fireball jump where I landed and hit Pink Team off. Now, I didn't land a water bucket clutch or use 2 fireballs, but it was still really cool. However, it wasn't what I was going for. For my 4th official try of the day, I got the map Babylon. I was able to successfully take out my first rush and move on towards diamonds. I didn't really think too much of the situation until I saw Red Team returning to their base. I had all the resources that I needed on me, so I figured that I might as well give things a shot. I built out just under halfway to Red's base in hopes of getting them to bridge over to me. And it worked. Trying not to arouse suspicion, I stood by the side of the diamond island in third person so that I could see when Red was close enough to my bridge for me to attempt the jump. Once I felt like they were close enough, I threw the diamonds into the void, turned, sprinted to the edge of my bridge, and without hesitation, I jumped. What happened next can only be described as one of my most favorite plays that I have ever pulled off in Bedwars. Please enjoy the short montage of the first ever documented double fireball jump in Bedwars. YouTube shorts still don't count. So, after a slight change in plans, I was able to successfully hit the double fireball jump. Okay, what is the cameraman doing? Why are we zooming in on the sun? What is going on? You know what, never mind. Now that I had pulled off the double fireball jump in game, there was only one thing left to do. Bully my brother.
Silver Waffles, have the high ground.
Nerd.
No!